Do you have an issue with your message queues because emails are just showing up queued? Well, maybe it's not even your message queue. In today's part, we're gonna look into exactly that problem and see what the solution is. If you like this video, please subscribe, and you can also come to my website joeykeller.com. There are a bunch of tutorials like this. Let's begin. Let's talk about queue management. So you're watching this video probably because you've seen this queued message here in your outgoing emails, in your email channel list, and you have no idea why it happens. You try to turn on and off the queue settings and you were fiddling with that and you still don't understand what's going on. Probably you were a happy user of Mautic 3, and with Mautic 4 you are like, what's going on? Okay, so I'm going to tell you exactly what's happening here, and you will be like, oh, okay, didn't know they should name things better. Duh, we all know that Mautic is not super great in naming things in different languages, but in some languages something sounds really good, but in other languages it might be confusing. So what happens here, and what is queue management in general? Okay, so queue management is, from one point of view, and I will explain in a moment what I mean by that, is to efficiently manage large queues of tasks. So for example, you want to send out lots of emails, then you as a business will make sure that those emails are queued up nicely. You're not sending out 100,000 emails at once, but you send it over a time period. Or you can do the same with webhooks. And in Mautic, you can actually set this up. So you can say, okay, I want all my emails to be managed by a queue. Then you need different cron jobs and different commands to send it out. If you don't know what, check out my other video, which is called This is how email sending works in Mautic, and you will understand everything. Unfortunately, a little part is I missed there because I was not aware of this issue either when I made it in the times when I was working Mautic 3. But now in Mautic 4 there's another challenge what you have to deal with, and this video is exactly about that. So queue settings for emails, that's another video, go there. This other queue issue has nothing to do with it. So the other queue, what is very obvious in Mautic, is the webhooks. You can set that up as well. It has nothing to do with this thing. So what is this queue here, and why are my messages queued if I'm not using a queue or it's properly configured? It's actually from the other point of view. So for a business it's important to manage the queue and deal with a bunch of customers in a timely manner, in a timely fashion. But for a person, it's on the other side, and it should not be called queue management. It should be frequency management. So from the person's point of view, let's say I want to order pizza twice a week, okay? So my pizza frequency is 3.5 days. But from a business point of view, a bunch of people are ordering pizza, so I need, 10 pizza delivery guys to manage that queue of pizzas, which I have to send it out. But strictly here, we're talking about frequency management because it's from the person's point of view. This frequency management can be set up in different places in Mautic. One of the settings is the default frequency rule. So you can set a frequency rule for anyone, any person, any contact who has not set a frequency rule before for their own profile. And this frequency rule is obeyed by certain ways how you are sending. And there is another video which I made, which is called Transactional versus Marketing Emails. And please watch that and you will understand a little bit more about how frequency is managed. But in our case, frequency, this type of frequency, like when we are prohibiting to send emails more often than a certain time, is only obeyed by two email sending methods. When you send out a segment email, aka newsletter, aka broadcast, or a template email in a campaign with a marketing setting, like marked as marketing. And you can actually set this marketing and how many times you will try to deliver it. And by trying to deliver, it means that if you cannot deliver it because someone does not want to get emails from you so often, then it will be rescheduled 3 times. These are the 3 attempts. Unfortunately, this little bubble, if you go over that question mark, will tell you that how many times to try if it fails. It doesn't fail. It's actually when it rescheduled and not delivered. Yeah, so it fails. Actually, yeah, it's true. So there is a default frequency rule which is set as something, and plus each contact can be set a different frequency rule just individually. So you can go to the contact's preference center in the contact settings drop down and then change preferences, and you can say that this person should not get more emails than 2 per day, and they can also set it for themselves. So if you have a preference center in Mautic, you can set this up instead of just a simple unsubscribe, and you can say that, okay, I don't want to get emails more often than once a week or whatever, or I'm on vacation, do not contact me during this time. So this also works. It's super cool, and it's so smart that actually every person can have some kind of setting. They can say, I want it once a day, I want it 2 per day, once a week, once a month. It gives you the opportunity to really serve your contacts. And this is also very useful because if you have a bunch of different trainings, you have reminders, you have a little nagging that, hey, you didn't finish this training, or you didn't do this, you haven't been on the website, then you can more bravely schedule these messages, and the frequency manager in the background will take care of it. But there was a little change between Mautic 3 and 4. So you have this default frequency rule. And if someone has no setting there, then default frequency rule will actually work. And with Mautic 4, the only changes at this time with 4.11, it's still like this. If this is not set up, then the email will be automatically queued, because you will have no setting, which means your frequency is not okay and you're not supposed to get emails. I'm a little bit avoiding the words that your frequency is 1 per day or 0 per day on doesn't sound, because I don't know exactly what's happening, but for sure you cannot send emails and you will see the queues here. So this has nothing to do with queue setting again. It's from the other side, from the other way around. This is the frequency setting of the contact. So where is that email? Once you send it out, then it's queued. Yeah, so the email is in the database. I'm gonna go into the database now and we can take a look together. They live in a table called message queue. So the email will be, this is the channel email, so this is the ID of the email number 303, certain priority, this is the medium one, it will be tried 3 times. So this 3 times is a default for each segment email. Like in a marketing email you can set yourself, but in segment email it's tried 3 times. And then you have the lead IDs, these are my test contacts, and this is when I published it, and it got rescheduled automatically, because according to my frequency, it's not okay to contact this person too many times a day. You see, on 17th I set it up, and it will be done, sent out on the 18th. So let's look at it together, how this really looks like in my Mautic. So this is my test person here, this is the email, you can toggle the details, and you can see that it's scheduled. This is a contact number 15631, and it's scheduled for tomorrow morning. Now, I can remove this if I want to. It's cancelled. And we can take a look what happens in the database. So let's see. In my database, it says cancelled. It won't be sent out anymore. So if you would like to remove these, mass remove these contacts, then the best thing is to cancel them with the MySQL script. And I will attach a MySQL script and put it on my website. It will be in the show notes, and you will be able to find it in your download center. It will be probably once I publish this video. And you can free registration, go to your own download center, and there will be a small SQL script which lets you mass delete, mass cancel these emails out from here. Okay, so now I have still 8 people, Here I still see there will be 8. And here actually it explains really nicely that number of contacts this email queue to be sent based on their frequency rows. So now the thing is that if I try to send this again, there are no contacts, so I still cannot send it out. What can we do? How is this being sent out? In order to understand that, we have to go to the command line. There is another cron task which you have to use for sending out such an emails. Let's change my frequency rows in such a way that these emails can be sent out, and I'm going to change these dates here in the database just for the presentation, that the schedule date will be accordingly, so I can actually send out these emails. So let me do that real fast. Actually, I'm gonna do it just for these two here, and then we're gonna try to do a send to see how the queued emails can be sent out once the frequency rows are fixed. So let's do this here 17, and let's do 9 o'clock. 9. Let's do this one also 17. And this is this contact here. So now take a look how it looks now in our system. So this is my test user here. See, we scheduled it for a later date. So it is pending, unfortunately. Let's schedule it a little bit later because this is kind of stupid how I did it. Let's do 9 o'clock. Otherwise it doesn't make sense. Okay. So it's scheduled for 9. But this email is not being sent out. So I can go back here to my emails. Let's go to my test here. Send. And still no pending contacts. Because it's not sent like this. It's sent with one of the background processes. Let's go to the command line and send it out right now. Okay, so I'm back here in my command line, and our message sending cron job looks like this. For me, Mautic lives in var www.html Mautic bin console. You can add this also to your cron task. So it's super easy. Processing message queue. Duh, wrong day. Let me fix that. Okay, I fixed it. Now the funny thing is you see the attempt when it was tried to fix, when I tried to send it. And here I can see that I also have one attempt. So according to my settings, I tried to send it, but didn't manage to send it because it was for tomorrow. So now I rescheduled it for today. So let's send it again. Okay, so what happened here is that after this it got rescheduled automatically because I forgot to change my frequency settings. So let's do that real fast. So let's go back to my frequency settings and change this to 100 and save. And let's go back here and try to send it out now. Okay, it's 0 again. Why? Because it got rescheduled again before I changed the settings. So let's fix it and run the commands one more time. Okay, after running the command, 2 were sent out properly. So let's see how it looks in the database now. Here I can see that it was perfectly sent out, and I have these pending, and this one is already sent out. So if I go I also deleted the one from here and then sent it out properly. So if I go back to my newsletter queue, I can see that 5 emails are queued, and I send out one more in the meanwhile, so it looks all good. Okay, I hope this wasn't too confusing for you because I made some mistakes at the end with the rescheduling. I don't want you to make these mistakes, so if you go to the download center, you can simply download that script which will reschedule all your emails to make sure you can send them out the same day. Thank you for staying with me, and sorry for the mistakes I made. I hope everything made sense at the end. If you like this video, please subscribe. See you in 2 weeks, and until then, keep automating.